Hello and welcome to my Undertale's playthrough Genocide run part 3. I'm just done editing episode 2, so let's go and start with episode 3, where we will now meet Alfie. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, the monitor is here. The dog food screen? There's already a hole in it. Oh, there you are. You ugly little creature, you've made quite a name for yourself. Well, okay then, thank you. Such infamous, I'm impressed. Oh yes, if you're looking for Alfie, she's not here. Oh, okay, well, that's probably a very smart decision from Alfie's. While you were busy doing your, thing, she was running around evacuating people to safety. Now they're in a place where you'll never get them. Decided not to fight you? My, she really is the only smart one, isn't she? Well, yeah, she is actually pretty smart, but the people of Snowden also decided to go and evacuate, so I don't know if she's necessarily the only smart one, but yeah, she's definitely one of the smarter ones. Oh, how sassy. You're just itching to get your hands on me, aren't you? Well, too bad. Oh, too bad how? This world needs stars more than it needs corpses. Well, most monsters don't turn to corpses, they turn to dust. Toodles! Well, he ran away. What a smart guy. I guess he truly is the creation of Dr. Alfie's then, isn't he? Being smart enough to avoid a fight he's gonna lose. But yeah, we're already in a fight. Yeah. Wow, that's a very weird sound. But bye-bye, volcano head. But yeah, after the last episode, I felt pretty tired because of what I did. I really felt like, bleh. You could really hear it in sort of like, how that I did. Cinder plane. But I've never got to. Gee, that's kind of brutal. Also very funny that everything is all dying in one attack, though. The burning pen is supposed to be better, but I'll see if it's actually better or not soon enough. I mean, it has more damage, so... Wow, the music is already turning a bit weird. Oh wait, the lasers are deactivated. Huh? Wait, what? Probably for the evacuation, I guess, then? In order to evacuate, they just turn the lasers off? Okay. Oh, I guess this isn't necessary. Oh, hello there, Royal God. You're here. So that means Undyne sees... Like Undyne's, well, will avenge you. Well, I guess they're a bit earlier here. Or attacks, though! To the one you... Jeez, is this thing very broken? 202, love increased. Well, will there be killer robot? Oh, even the substitute is here. It's glued to the table. Huh. Oh, I guess he's no fun then, is he, Mr... I forgot his name somehow. Metaton. Oh, even when I take all the money in the world, I still don't have enough for a spider donut. How horrible. Those little pesky creatures must be taught a lesson. A lesson in why you don't take things from others. Guess this is also unnecessary, yeah? Well, you greedy spiders. I heard that they hurt everybody. That's actually the only new line here. I heard that they like to tear off their legs. That's also an old line. Wow. Okay, so there's only one really new line here. I heard that they have awful taste. What a shame when human comes through and they aren't even fit to be eaten. Oh well, rotten ingredients can always be discarded. Wait, didn't somebody pay you? Muffet traps here. Ow! Too bad, Muffet. Weren't strong enough. Oh, goodbye, little spider. Ah, you're gonna go and put a rose down, or a flower. Well, that's good. Now get under my boot and beg for mercy. You won. Wow, that wasn't much of a match now, was it? That was a rather big disappointment, if I say so myself. Well, Marathon decides not to show it at all. Oh, here's the elevator. And down there's the ferry, which I took more than enough time, so... What is this note? Hey! Go up that creepy alleyway and arrive for some great deals. Nobody came and stuff. You stole 5G. Read, hey, this is Catty, this is Bratty. If you're reading this, then like, bad news, you mega evil weirdo. Alfie just came here and she taking us someplace super duper safe. But first, we gotta use up these gill pens. Yeah, chill, Alfies, we don't wanna waste pens. And don't even think about stealing our stuff. Yeah, creep, leave our junk alone. Patty, it's not junk, it's really valuable. Yeah, our garbage is really valuable. Anyway, in closing, you're a total loser. Yeah, loser. Signed, Bratty Catty. Oh, I've already taken your junk, so... Vallechu was thrown away. You equipped the empty gun. So, this is luckily still part of Hotland. Well, apparently Sans isn't here to take us out for dinner. But how weird, Sans also didn't run his little thingy. Huh. New answer. Locked from the inside. Okay, so this is just nothing. It's just empty. And a tiny bit creepy as well, I guess. Ah, hello there. Why do I always get the freaks? So... Ah, yes, I really wanted to buy your weird dust artifacts. Not. Nothing else to do. Evacuations. You're yanking my chain, little weirdo. So what if everybody else left work? So what if nobody's buying anything? Part of the course, little weirdo. Part of the course. Marathon. Well, Marathon didn't tell me I had to work, I guess. But that's the thing. Sometimes he doesn't even call me into work until halfway into a shift. If I don't play it safe, he's going to go and yell at me. Okay, maybe yell is the wrong term. It's more like he has this CD album he plays. That's entirely full of songs about how bad I am at my job. Wow, Marathon is a douche, man. Alone, huh? Everyone else is dead? Does that mean I don't have to work today? God, that it were true, little weirdo. That it were true. Well, it's almost true. Sorry, little weirdo. Threats won't work on me. I can't go to hell. I'm all out of vacation days. Wow, if only it worked like that. So yeah, you can still buy all the things here, I guess. That's very interesting. This one's the most healing with 50 HP, and this one's really good because it gives attack up. And then again with the sea turtle and the legendary mule 5 of the 301. Ah, there's nothing here. Okay then. Wow, this music is really weird right now. Somehow the forced events aren't here either, which is sad, I guess. Because I would really love to go and get all the XP here. Oh, the lasers are also off. So, wait, what? So Marathon rather hires people to take you out? Better than anything else? I guess here there should be encounters. Ice block Wolf isn't here, so we don't have to go and worry about it. Ah, yes, there's still people over here. Good. Whoa. This one's incredibly fast, though. Now, fight two. I have more experience to dealing with Night than I have with Magic. But wait a minute. How about I just forgot I don't have to go and do the weird act where it all becomes the opposite side. I'm just tanky though, or I'm just messing up with my timing a lot. I guess especially the second though. Yeah, they're very annoying at that. But they're just a horrible combo. Wimps a lot. Definitely be second. Ah, this frog does more than try. This frog actually hunts you down with his life. But that's why he's final frogging and not just normal frogging. I would say that these enemies are good, well, practice. But that's at least a positive thing for me. Wow, I don't really have taste buds after that. And I also took it already on the normal run, so... Now, here's going to go and be the real problem for me soon enough. Because this is already near the end. Ah, good, there is a room where you can engage enemies. Because this has like 40 enemies to fight, and I'm nowhere near 40 enemies, so... So I could just return to this room and just use the save point, so... 27 left though. Ugh. That's 9 fights if I get 3 enemies per time, so... Well, I'll just have to keep on going between this bridge. Level up. And we are now 14. Hooray. It's kind of funny though that every fight I've had up till now has only had one of each enemy. What I mean is, only one final froghead, only one Whibslot, only one Night, only one Jack. And not like double final froghead or double MHD or whatever. Like double Night, double Magic. Well, Magic. A bit of luck, it's 2 attacks and you're gone, so... You could just sit still and disappear. 14, which means I killed 13. Okay. Well then, I wonder if there's anything I can talk about during this Genocide run, because else this episode is gonna go and be very, very short, which I wouldn't like, so... When the lock goes first, bye-bye, buddy. Pick on you. I'll pick on you, okay? But maybe it's better if I pick you into pieces. Oh wait, that would be pack, right? Wow. Look at how much money that they have for me as well. That's very lovely of them. Don't you think so? I mean, to go and have so much money is very useful. Oddly enough, or can probably spend it on is Glamburgers, Super Steaks, which can heal like 60 HP. But I wonder if the shopkeepers will still remain after I'm sort of like done with this area, or rather they're gone. Like, it's one of the things that I kind of questioned as well, as like the temp shop, whether it's still there, or whether they're also gone. Because it wouldn't surprise me too much if they're also getting gone, but yeah. Also, usually I try to go and use like kinder words, because, well, systems are all like, oh, you're in trouble if you use bad words. So I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. I'll use kinder words that have the same meaning. It doesn't necessarily mean that I actually think like that. Like, personally, to me, cursing words and words, just words, you know, doesn't really matter or bother me at all. And that's also kind of what you could see sort of like in the previous episode with Undyne. Even though I spent an hour and 15 minutes apparently finding Undyne, at the end of it I was still pretty calm actually, because it's like, well, I don't see myself as being good enough. I just have to go and get better. I mean, it's not like Undyne is doing all of a sudden unfair things where it's like, oh, this is just a random attack without any way out. No, it's actually just all based on a pattern with a slightly bit of randomness, which makes Undyne very, very, well, pattern-based. Like, as I said, with some attacks that, yeah, the pattern changes a bit, but a lot of attacks have sort of a similar way. With one of the final green attacks, it's not necessarily the final one, but one before the final one. Basically, it's going to be red one is going to, for instance, be top, and then the green one that follows is also going to go and be top. And then basically it's going to go and be a red one, for instance, from the side. And then the final green attack is going to go and be red one's going to go and hit left, and then the green one's going to go and hit right, and then, for instance, it's going to go and hit top and then bottom. And that's how the following attack works. But it's very, very slow, so it isn't even difficult. But some attacks I couldn't understand, or still don't fully. It's like one of the other green attacks, I still don't fully understand it. To me, it still looks like it's a random mess. The spinning attack, which is like the third or fourth attack. No, it's the fourth attack, not the third attack. That one I just noticed that in editing that it was moving the other way around. So, yeah, the online fight, for the most part, it's really just learning it. It's really trying to go and understand, like, what Undyne does, and then, like, oh, that's how you beat it. The spiky attack as well, as I also kind of said in the post video, which I also kind of recorded beforehand. Before this, actually. Was that you have to go look, for instance, where it spawned. So if it spawned on the left, you had to go either to middle or right. And if you could go and do, for instance, middle or right, well, then it became a lot easier. Oh boy, that was a 4-time one. That was overkill as hell then. So, but yeah, if it spawned on the left, you had to either be middle or right, and then you had to go and see what 2 was, or 3 was. Considering I get determination, I think there's nobody here anymore. Which means I got that either perfectly, but nobody came. Yeah! Which means the Mad Jack fight. Oh, jeez. That's some luck right there. Hello there, Metaton. My, so you finally arrived. Yes, I've finally taken out all the mercenaries that you sent after me that you wouldn't pay anyway. After our first meeting, I realized something ghastly. You're not just a threat to monsters, but humans as well. Just like Undyne, you're kinda smart about that. Oh my, that's an issue. You see, I can't be a star without an audience. Yes, then you better go and defend your audience and work hard. And besides, there are some people I want to protect. Hahaha, eager as always, eh? But don't touch that dial there, something you haven't accounted for. Oh, there's something you haven't accounted for. As any true fan would know, I was first created as a human eradication robot. Yes, I knew, you said that. Or, yeah. Wait, what? But actually with the stories, yeah, I do know that it's a story about the robot. So, okay. It was only after becoming a star that I was given a more chronothetic body. However, those original functions have never been fully removed. Come any closer and I'll be forced to show you my true form. Well, apparently my character decides to say, let's go and show it then, little bastard. Are finally ready? It's showtime! Also, bastard means that you're a child when your parents aren't married. Metaton Neo! Wait, what? This was his original form, he said. And Neo means new, in case you didn't know. So, he's Metaton Neo, but it's his old form. Well, Metaton Neo, let's see how you like that. Oh, he's dead. Guess you don't want to join my fan club. It's kind of weird, actually, how Metaton is instantly beaten, but I guess it's the idea that right now our character is so extremely strong, so overpowered, because of all the monster dust that we have collected, that we just obliterated him. We just took him out in a single hit, and I want to see... Yeah, we're now level 19. We're now LV19, which means we got a bunch for Metaton. Jeez, this elevator ride is taking forever. It's probably going straight to hell so they don't have to fight me anymore. Ah, no, wait, they just let me get off the point I need. Oh, it's in use. Somebody's using it to escape. Okay, then. So, as I said, I've already seen one, so I knew Metaton Neo was going to be a joke. I already knew you would just one-tap him. Somewhat sad, but I guess it's also the idea that they didn't necessarily want to go and overdo it. Ta-da! And the room with the best armor. Where it belongs. So, the worn knife is actually a weapon you can take with you. It's just that there's only one fight remaining, and that one fight is against Sans. And, well, I'll just spoil it. Sans does not take any damage. Also, it's not a worn knife, it's a real knife. Here we are. And because Sans doesn't take any real damage, the thing is that if you carry a real knife, it won't really matter. Room under renovation. There's still a story. Howdy, blah. You finally made it home. Remember when we used to play here? Hehehe. Boy, today's gonna be just as fun. I don't know if it's necessarily gonna go and be today. Wait, you took the re and put it on your keychain. How? We don't have the keychain. We don't have the keychain at all. I mean, the keychain has been taken by... given to us by Alfie. I remember when I first walked up here, in the garden. Wait, what? Hold up. What? Did you... mother give birth on those flowers? I was so scared. I couldn't feel my arms or legs. My entire body had turned into a flower. Oh, you mean reawoken as a flower? Mom, Dad, somebody help me, I called out, but nobody came. The message you get when nobody is there in the area anymore. Eventually, the king found me crying in the garden. I explained what happened to him. I explained what had happened to me. Then he helped me, blah. He helped me with tears in his eyes, saying, there, everything's going to be alright. He was so emotional, but for some reason, I didn't feel anything at all. Well, okay then. Took the key and put it on the keychain. And all the monsters with just a flowery story. I unlocked the keychain. In red even! Huh. I soon realized I didn't feel anything about anyone. My compassion had disappeared. And believe me, it's not like I wasn't trying. Okay, well, yeah, okay, we can't necessarily trust his words, but okay. I wasted weeks with that stupid king. I was still hoping I would feel something. Wait, why did you call me stupid then? But it became too much for me. I ran away from home. Eventually, I reached the rooms. Inside, I found her, blah. I thought of all people she could make me feel whole again. She failed. Haha. So he's talking about Toriel / mom. I realized those two were useless. I became decomposed. I just wanted to love someone. Well, if you want to love somebody, you can choose to go and do that. But if you want to go and love somebody truly from your heart, that's not something you can do. But you can try with your brain. I just wanted to care about someone. Blah, you might not believe this, but I decided it wasn't worth living anymore. Well, yeah, I can believe it. I mean, if you want emotion and you can't feel anything, then yeah, that can be the choice some people reach. It does matter how much of a fight you put up, but yeah, you decided to be weak, I guess. Not in a world without love. Not in a world without you. Wait, what, me? Oh yeah. So, I decided to follow in your footsteps. I would erase myself from existence. Wow. And you know what? I succeeded. Then how come you're still here? But as I left this mortal coil, I started to feel apprehensive. If you don't have a soul, what happens when you... Something primal started to burn inside me. No, I thought, I don't want to die. Then I woke up. Like it was all just a bad dream. I was back at the garden. Back at my safe point. See, Flowey has saves. Interesting, I decided to experiment. Again and again, I brought myself to the edge of death. At any point, I could have left this world continue on without me. But as long as I was determined to live, I could come back. And that is the power of determination in the underground game, as well as the power of save points. So all those times we died in the game, all those 22 times against Undying the Undying, my determination brought me back and made sure I could continue. So yeah, in this game, it was real. It is real. It's also what Flowey talked about in the past of his run a bit, about how he stopped caring and how he tried everything, as well as if you do certain types of runs or you make certain choices, such as for instance in the ruins, if you kill Toriel, then you go back, you reset your save, and you go past Toriel's boss fight, and you then leave the ruins and you meet Flowey. Flowey's going to go and be like, ha 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 ha, you killed her, didn't you? You didn't like your choice, so you went back, you reset it, you undid it. Well, look at you being foolish as hell. Like, that is actually what happens. So, it's very, very interesting, and it's what makes Undertale such a great game, and also why I didn't know where sort of like Sans's trigger eventually was. At what point Sans decided to go and say, oh, now you've done it, I'm actually going to fight you. And apparently that is completing the full Genocide run. And to complete the full Genocide run, as I kind of said, is to beat all the monsters in an area, as well as the boss. So, everything in the ruins, then Toriel. Everything in Frostland, including some comedian Snowdrake. Yeah, that's apparently something you have to do, or else you get a message the comedian escaped. Then, after you've beaten Papyrus, you're in Waterfall. Then you have to take everything out in Waterfall, and you have to go and beat Undying the Undying. Then you have to go and continue onward to Heartland. You have to go and take out all the residents, and then Neo Metaton, and then you're basically locked in. So now I'm locked into the Genocide run. If you decide to go and take during any one of those points, you want to go and say, oh, I just skipped the monster, you go back to the normal route apparently. That's how the Genocide run just works. So until you've beaten Neo Metaton, it's gonna go and be very hard to get. Amazing, isn't it? Blah. I was amazed, too. Yeah, well, I've been using that power all along. At first, I used my power for good. Well, so did I. I became friends with everyone. I solved all their problems flawlessly. Their compassion was amusing. For a while. As time repeated, people proved themselves predictable. Yes, indeed. What would this person say if I gave them this? What would they do if I said this to them? Once you know the answer, that's it. That's all they are. And that's also, you have to remember that he doesn't feel compassion or emotions, okay? So to him, it's just the logic. So if people no longer are interesting because of emotions, then they become a logical puzzle, and that's where you can still care about them. But once that aspect disappears, all forms of interest disappears, which is what Flowey's talking about as well. Which I think is also partially sort of what the developer might have been feeling. It all started because I was curious. Curious what would happen if I killed them. I don't like this, I told myself. Yeah, well, I'm not telling myself that. I do enjoy this. I actually am enjoying this. Yeah, as I said at some point, which was kind of hard to hear because of the audio, I am twisted. It was already in episode 1, so... I'm just doing this because I have to know what happens. What an excuse. You of all people must know how liberating it is to act this way. At least we're better than those sickos that stand around and watch it happen. Basically, this is kind of a joke for like, oh, some people aren't strong enough to go and actually do the genocide run. They care so much for the characters, so they can't do it. So they just stand around and watch it happen. Those people, that's want to see it, but are too weak to do it themselves. I skipped the word on purpose because I don't necessarily think that it's pathetic. I just think that, yeah, it's a part of life and how you feel. And some people have more emotional capacity for things, and some people have far less emotional capacity for things. And the more you feel, the more you care about your emotions, the more you care about these characters, the more you feel that they are real. Because it becomes hard to go and separate fiction from reality. The harder it is to go and take these actions, I would say. But for me personally, it's very easy to basically split apart fiction and reality. And then even still in reality, it's also, well, not too hard, I would say. I quickly want to go and talk about myself a bit. I am a personality type which is known as the enyje, introvert, intuitive, thinking, judging. And somehow this personality type is the closest to being a psychopath. But in order to go and be a psychopath in reality, you only need to go and be missing 2 things. The capability to not understand that something is a problem or the results of your actions, as well as emotional capacity for other people. Those are the only 2 things you really just need to go and lack in order to go and be a psychopath. And from there on, I think there is like a lot of like subtypes of psychopath. Like there's like a lot of forms where it's like worse and less worse, and it's like, oh, this type of psychopath or this type of psychopath, where some are for people, some are for animals, some are for certain people they care a lot for, but others they don't care for. And that's really how like different psychopaths there are. So for me personally, it's really, really easy for games to go and do whatever the hell I want and just enjoy it or see the horrible things happening, as well as in shows and video games and animes. So for me, that's very, very easy. It's also, sadly enough, the opposite side, that because you feel a lot less of the evil, you also feel a lot less of the good. Because in reality, they're 2 sides of the same coin. It's just your emotional attachment to things. And the more you have a positive attachment, the more you also go and have a negative attachment. So the more disattached you are, the less you feel from it. And that's why the genocide run for me personally is very, very easy to do, because, yeah, sure, I care about all of these characters. And sadly enough for me as well, I already know what happens, what is going to go and happen. So it becomes even less painful for me. It's also that I don't really care too much about it. I mean, if Papyrus lives or dies, it's just a choice, and I made it, and I'll have to go and live with the results. And it's also a way, I think. But still, I don't think you're weak or pathetic. It's just different. Everybody has their own way of living with this. And, well, you just need to go and figure out what kind of person you are, what you feel positive about, what you feel negative about, where maybe it's a good thing to go and learn to control yourself, and where it's okay to go and be yourself and let go. Just do what you want. Set your own boundaries. listen to other people, figure out a balance, and set a line for acceptable and unacceptable. Society will tell you, oh, you have to be like this and you have to be like that. And sometimes some are correct. And the reason I would say that they're correct is because we do need to go and live with one another. So we wouldn't want to go and be wanting to go around and pissing everybody off, making everybody feel like, well, you weren't nothing, or you don't want to go and be hurt, and therefore you shouldn't hurt another person. But sometimes some people are just so far up their own arse, very much, that unless you hurt them and unless you make them understand that they are wrong, they will never correct themselves. So sometimes evil is necessary in order to go and create good. But it's better to go and be good with a little bit of evil than to be a lot of evil with a tiny bit of good. The concept of yin and yang. So yeah, let us go and see what Flowey has to go and say for more. I bet someone like that's watching right now, aren't they? Well, he's talking about the fuse again. Like I said, some people are just interested in the story as well. Nowadays, even that growing's tiring. You understand, blah. I've done everything this world has to offer. I've read every book, I've burned every book, I've won every game, I've lost every game, I've appraised everyone, I've killed everyone. Sets of numbers, lines of dialogues, I've seen them all. But you're different. I've never could have predicted you, blah. Really? Because it's still on reels, you know? When I see you in the ruins, I didn't recognize you. I thought I could frighten you, then steal your soul. Well, so that is why he attacks you at the start. I failed. And when I tried to load my save file, it didn't work. Blah. Your determination? Somehow, it's even greater than mine. So, Flowey lost his ability to save because we appeared. And somehow our determination took over the capability to save. Until he took the 6 souls. Where afterwards it became his downfall anyway. I just have one question for you, blah. How did you get back to the ruins from here? Well, I'm a different kid, you don't know? Wait, I know. She must have taken you when she left, and decided to give you a proper burial rather than hanging out in the basement forever. But why then? What made you wake up? Did you hear me calling you? Wait, what? It doesn't matter now. I'm so tired of this, blah. I'm tired of all these people. I'm tired of all these places. I'm tired of being a flower, blah. There's just one thing left I want to do. Let's finish what we started. Let's free everyone. Then, let them see what humanity is really like. That despite it all, this world is still kill or be killed. Well, this world is kill or be killed for some. And, well, I had been entertaining a few ways to use that power. Hehehe. But seeing you here changed my mind. Blah, I think if you're around, just living in the surface world doesn't seem so boring. So one of the things that I kind of find funny, / I didn't realize before actually, is that apparently we are already the first child. We are the first child that came here. But I guess what happened is that when you fell down here and you stand up and then you move along, then basically if you start killing monsters, that soul awakens. So you are the body of Frisk, but right now we are the soul of the first child, which is something which will come up a bit later actually. We don't even need to leave to get them this time. The king has 6 of them locked away. I've tried hundreds of ways to get him to show them to me. I've tried hundreds of ways to get him to show them. Wait, what? But he just won't. Blah. I know he'll do it for you. Wait, what? So Flowey says tried hundreds of ways? Why am I telling you all this? Blah, I said it before. Even after all this time, you're still the only one that understands me. You won't give me any wordless pity. Yeah, I won't really give you wordless pity. Creatures like us won't hesitate to kill each other if we got in each other's way. So that's why. He's shaking. What's this feeling? Fear. Why am I shaking? Hey, blah. No hard feelings about back then, right? Oh, you meant the moment you tried to kill me before, when we first met in the garden. When you decided to go and insult me. Because I decided to not go and move according to your plan, because I already knew your dialogue. Ah, you meant that moment. Right. Yeah, no hard feelings about that. Don't worry, Flowey. It's not going to go and be hard feelings you'll have to go and worry about. Just hard strikes to go and get the last bit of frustration out of me, you know? To go make sure that we're truly friends again. Hey, what are you doing? But back off! Oh, Flowey, you hurt me, right? I've changed my mind about all this. This isn't a good idea anymore. You should go back, blah. This place is fine the way it is. Stop making that creepy face. This isn't funny. You've got a sick sense of humor. And so did you, Flowey. So did you. So, but now, I'm gonna go and have to go and say, it pains me to say this, but I'm going to go and have to end this episode here. Because in the next episode, we will truly be doing the reason why you want to play the Genocide run. It was not Undyne, it's going to go and be Sans. And if we were to go to the right here, we will meet Sans, the easiest enemy in all of Undertale. 1 attack and 1 defense. But that next time. So I hope to go and see you again next time, where we will fight Sans, where we will triumph, and we will see what happens. And then, well, I guess I'll put down Undertale and pick something else up. So I hope to see you again next time. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.